on the fence, I'm strongly endorsing that. It's a quality piece of merchandise.
Yeah, no, it looked good in the flesh when I saw Mark on Saturday. So yeah, I fully endorse that recommendation.
Excellent. Next week, guest host is going to be St Helens fan David Powell. He's going to co-host the show with me. And kind of, if people were wondering why we didn't go into too much about the Justin Holbrook, basically confirmed but not formally officially over the line confirmed deal that he'll be leaving St Helens to head to the Gold Coast Titans after this season. That's because why should me and Alan talk about a story that's not quite confirmed when we can get the reactions of a St Helens fan who it affects even more when we talk about it on the show next week. So yeah, and potentially, am I right in thinking they could have a League Leaders Shield, couldn't they? If results go the way I've predicted, will they have the League Leaders Shield?
Hold the line, caller, while I look that up.
So they have, at the moment, a 10 points lead.
They do have a 10-point lead, and they've got
6 games remaining. So
yes.
After this weekend, they could have a 12 points lead with 5 games remaining, which would mean they've won the League Leaders Shield.
Yeah, depending if Wyatt can do the business in the south of France, yeah.
Yeah, but potentially. So yeah, and even if they both win, the points difference is such
that it's enough, isn't it?
Pretty much inevitable. So we could talk about that as well with David next week. So it's a little bit of bittersweet, I think, that we'll get from Dave next week. But I think he'll be a welcome addition to the hosting seats for that show. Okay. People can find and share the show at Super League Pod on Twitter and Instagram. I did put some pictures on Instagram, not many, but a few over the weekend. Yeah,
you were splashed all over the screens and everything.
Exactly. Facebook.com/Super League Pod. Reminder, follow us like our page on Facebook for the chance of winning the 2 Challenge Cup final tickets. superleaguepod@gmail.com if you want to get in touch with us by email. Also, get in touch with us on the email address if you want to get links to the follow-up fan surveys and a copy of the report from the results from the big survey we did. Superleaguepod.com is where you'll find our blog post, which will have all of this information, pretty much, most of this information anyway, on it for you, and certainly details of the partner sponsors that we'll talk about soon. Search for the show on Spreaker or iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Leaguecast Android app, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, RugbyLeagueMedia.com, Google Podcasts, and YouTube, where it is, of course, audio only. Don't worry, you don't have to see. I'm not going to go there. I've already gone too close to that line. Who are our partner sponsors and how can people support them, support the people who support the show?
Yeah, absolutely. So Rob's Toy Shop, enter SLP discount at checkout at Rob's Toy Shop on eBay and get 5% cash back on orders over £5. Plus you give 1% cash back to the SLP coffers. Little Warden, monitoring the tedious, so whatever your preferred tagline is, head to littlewarden.com to see what they can do for you. Mascot Browns, for all your international rugby league gear. Use the link on the episode blog post and we get 8% of the order value. I believe I think they're selling the GB kit in Australasia, I think.
I think it'll be eventually be in their US store maybe as well.
US store. Okay. So if you're that way.
Store, so yeah.
Yeah, you can help us that way and follow up Mark's recommendation. And Sarah's bookcase. Sarah sells Usborne books with access to over 3,000 titles from baby to teenage. There's something for everyone. And you can find out more on her Facebook page.
Yeah, and you can also make a donation to support SLP if you like. PayPal.me/Super League Pod. All donations are hugely appreciated, large or small. If you donate £20 or more, you'll get an SLP beanie hat to sweeten the deal, as it were. And if you don't want to give £10, £20, but you want to give a smaller amount, we do have a few other little items that we can possibly throw in the post to you as well. If you want to go at the £10 level, I think we've got a few bottle openers, we'll see. So there's enticement there. Get more back than just feeling like you've contributed to your favourite rugby league podcast, which is, of course, the Super League Pod. And that leaves us with all we need to say is thanks for listening again to this episode, and share it with all your friends, please. Get your fan reviews in next week. That'll be fantastic. But until then, keep enjoying rugby league.
See ya.